Yeah.
And today I'm joined by Daniele Lunsassi, CEO, and Denis, Simeon, UX and product designer, both at iStudios in Italy. And they will present their award-winning project Restworld App, which is a platform connecting job seekers and employers within the hospitality sector. But I will let them speak more about that in just a moment. Following the presentation from Denis and Daniele, which will be approximately 30 minutes, there will be a Q&A. So if you have any questions, do bring them in to us on LinkedIn in the comment section, and I will do my best to pass them on to our speakers. That's all from me for the moment. So I hand over to you, Daniele and Denis.
Hello, thank you, Joanna. Thank you to all the organization for the hospitality and for those deep dive sessions that are very interesting to see the behind the scene of the project. So I'm Daniele, I'm the CEO and head of design of iStudios, and together with me we have Denis from our design team. If you want to quickly say hi, Denis.
Nice to meet you.
And we would like to share what we did for this project. We did with Restworld, and we worked on a lot of stuff together with them that we'll see in a few minutes. A few words about us. iStudios is a digital design studio. We're based in Italy. We work remotely all around the country. And we do design. We help companies design digital products with a strong focus on delivering results, with the focus on use the data during all the design phase to inform design decisions. And also, we built our design process. It's called Design Loop. We can see that in a few minutes, but the core principle that are the foundations of our process are empathy, clarity, execution, and growth. Those are the core principles that drive every day our design team. Few words about the clients. Our client is Restworld. We are working, I think it's almost 4 years now. And Restworld is a company based in Italy. They were a startup. They're growing really fast now. And it's a digital platform, basically. It's designed to connect talent with companies in the hospitality sector, Ho.Re.Ca sector. So basically workers looking for a job with employers that need to precisely and quickly find the people that they're looking for to staff the company. The vision behind the platform was very clear. They wanted to become, and they are pursuing this vision, wanted to become the leading hiring platform to really make the life easier for the job seeker. Finding talent is very difficult in probably everywhere, but in Italy we have many challenges, especially in the hospitality sector. A lot of turnover, people changing direction quickly. You have up and downs during the seasons, so you need to be flexible, but at the same time sharp and precise. So they ask us to help them to rethink all the experience, both for the job seekers and for the employers. So workers and employers are two keywords that I will use a lot today, because actually those are the actors in this marketplace that we have Restworld designed. Our strategy went from redesign the product experience, and not only the product, I would say also the service around it, because when you design something that is connecting people, you also have an ecosystem to think. And this is a very important part about our job. So it's also to always ask ourselves, our single choice is impacting something or someone else. So this is a very key point in our strategy. Always think about the ecosystem and the platform ecosystem. Second step was to introduce consistency. Of course, when you have dashboards, platform, mobile apps, and websites, everything can be different if you do not focus on consistency, on design systems to scale and to build a solid experience. So consistency was another keyword of the project. And last but not least, think about the future. So have the team at Restworld to plan the growth, to plan ahead, and to plan what's next in a roadmap. So every decision that they were taking with them and that we took with the team at Restworld was always based on building a scalable foundation for growth. First of all, because this is important for every company, especially for a startup that is growing like super fast, and every single day thousands of people are joining the program. So growth and scalability is very important. So let's go deep on what we found. Imagine being 25 and you are passionate about the restaurant industry. Maybe you love cooking and you want to become a chef, I don't know. You're trying to earn your first paycheck and you want to go out and try to find a job in this industry. You're looking for a weekend job at restaurant, so you go online, you met endless form, you start endless application, confusing contracts, you have no idea where you should click apply. Everyone is asking you different things about your resume. You have no idea what you should put in your resume. And on top of that, finding equal and fairly paid opportunities is also difficult because it's based on the region, it's based on your age, unfortunately, sometimes on your sex. So those are bad things happening and really happening. So that's the daily routine for workers in the hospitality sector. And that is exactly the starting point when Restworld get in touch with us. So have you ever felt completely lost applying for a job? Like you send your resume and then silence. Or maybe you try to apply, you send a few emails, silence, nothing happens. You don't know if your application is going through, you have no idea if you've been rejected, or maybe, I don't know, 2 months later, you receive positive feedback. But in the meantime, you applied for other jobs and you maybe also forgot about that application that you sent 2 months earlier. So the frustration is going on in every industry. And since hospitality was the industry that we were facing, we tried to do the best to solve this problem. And we did. You'll discover soon how. The point was that hiring in hospitality is completely broken. The sector never stopped moving, it's fast-paced, it's unpredictable, and companies are always hiring, as I said at the start. And also the experience is full of friction on all the different hiring platforms, because out there, plenty of hiring platforms are trying to pitch their services to companies, and the end result is that you basically find possibilities and jobs on 10 to 15 different hiring platforms, everything working differently. You have to create many accounts, and that's a very tough job for the workers. At the same time, it's very hard for the employers because you do not have enough visibility, and but also workers do not get feedback, and support teams spend hours in trying to keep everything in sync, and it's very hard, not always easy. So we ask ourselves, what would hiring feel like if it was really built for human and not for admin or algorithms? And that question became another starting point of our redesign. We learned that 70% of workers said the platform are really hard to navigate and confusing, but also that 60% do not understand like job contracts they're signing. At the same time, mobile experiences is still terrible on many websites. This is crazy in 2025, but this is happening for real. And 95% of employers interview online. So they conduct interview remotely to be faster, to be more efficient. And without a tool that help you do this, you always end up in plenty of paper notes or Excel and Google Sheets file spreadsheet everywhere. Behind the stats, we did a lot of user research. So behind the stats, we have real voices. Those are some quotes that we had during the research phase. I don't even know what I'm applying for. This was one of the clear feedback that we got during the interviews from the worker side. Also from the HR, another crucial point for us during the redesign, some candidates don't show up for the interview. So basically the HR is waiting there, confusion, silence, friction is everywhere. Maybe because the worker didn't receive a notification or an email reminder, or maybe because a lot of calls end up one on another. So you lost the interview. So what was the deeper challenge here? Different users, different journeys, workers, employers, different needs. They move differently through flows, tools, interfaces, and nothing is connected. So information really need a new place, a new house. Important information was scattered everywhere. You have inconsistency through resumes, you have random datas, you have no shared feedback, misaligned expectations, and users were trying to filling again manually everything on every different platform. But also a lack of ownership. Workers didn't feel in control of their experience. You feel lost in the flows of applying for a job in the hospitality sector, but also in many others. And the customer success managers inside the employer's company were actually trying to manually stitching everything together to make sure nothing was falling apart. So that's when our iStudio design loop came into place. And now Denis, I will hand over to Denis to explain more about this.
Thank you, Daniele. So we had this overview of the situation, and then we applied our framework called the iStudio's design loop. iStudio design loop with 3 phases: observe, analyze, and test. And we use them in the Restworld roadmap. Let's start from the observe. We started with deep user research. So, for example, over 30 interviews with workers, employers, and customer success managers. We did also surveys, benchmark, and contextual inquiry. And that is what workers and employers told to us. For example, I just want something clear, or I just want clarity, or I'm not sure what I'm agreeing to, or the employer spent hours chasing candidates. Across all user types, we found again one missing piece: the trust. Trust in the process, in the platform, and in the people. And one of the biggest challenges was balancing contradictory needs. For example, workers wanted short applications, but the employers wanted context, more information. Now let's continue with the analyze phase. So we synthesize all this informations into a clear problem areas: bad user experience, contract confusion, low engagement, and messy CV formats. These weren't just bugs, they were emotional blockers, so confusion, doubt, frustration. So we asked, what if the experience didn't just work but guided you? What if design could rebuild the trust? So we started translating insight into design decision. Every major feature came directly from what users told to us. So not guesses, just grounded insight turned into design. Like this example. So here we have CVs are inconsistent. Then we thought about AI enhanced formatting engine, or maybe I don't know if my application went through. That's okay. Let's think about an application tracking flow, and so on with the other insight. Then we can talk about the test phase. So we created flowchart, we created a sketch, we created the UI and the prototypes. So we tested fast. We used prototypes, click test, interviews again, and we went from validation to iteration, and we learned what really mattered. We removed the wireframes from our process because wireframes were too expensive in terms of time for us and also for Restworld. So we prefer using just sketch, UI, test, learn, and iterate again. This was a faster process for us because we need to test fast and iterate faster. Here are some of the solutions we built. A dual onboarding system for native and external users, a geolocated job discovery, and a Kanban-style hiring pipeline for employers, and then the CV formatting powered by AI. And behind all of it, a design system, a modular, accessible, and scalable design system designed to work across devices, roles, and future features. So we weren't just designing a UI, we were engineering a platform ready to grow. So what does the new Restworld feel like? Now workers get a clear onboarding with simple steps, guided experience, and if users already have CVs, it doesn't matter. They can upload it and automatically each information will be collected. They also have a simplified experience and mobile-first application flow. Then there is a new worker discovery, so they can search in job through the map. So a geolocated discovery, they can use smart filtering, and also they have a clear job offer. Then the employers get a new dashboard with structured CVs and visual Kanban board to manage every step, then CVs with consistent formatting and real photos. Then let's look at some statistics. When we launched Restworld, when we launched that Restworld, this happened. Engagement doubled. Time to hire dropped by 40% and satisfaction hit 4.7 out of 5. But beyond these numbers, we have also some real stories. Stories from the employers and from the workers. For example, workers entering jobs with more confidence and employers hiring with less guesswork. So there is a new system that feels more human and not transactional. We used also an ongoing research approach, grounded in our design loop and used into the roadmap itself. We didn't just run one research sprint, but we set up a long-term learning system. So we combined a continuous feedback system, structured interviews, and periodic interviews. So we can get feedback continuously and we can validate patterns over time and not just one snapshot. And this is just the beginning, because Restworld is ready to scale with AI-based matching learning machine and analytics dashboard and expansion to new regions. So it is ready to grow, to be responsible, to be scalable, to be sustainable, and also with people at the center. And that is what this was. So not just a platform redesign, but a full ecosystem rethink. From fragmented tools to a unified experience, and from frustration to trust. From job hunting to human connection, and that's all. Thank you for your listening, and we'd love to hear your questions.
Hi there. Thank you. Did you just finish the presentation? Because I very inopportunely lost my connection for 2 minutes. Worst timing
we
ever.
just did. We just did, Jana. Thank you.
Okay. So was there an awkward silence or?
A few seconds, yeah.
A few seconds. We can do a few seconds. Okay. Thanks so much for sharing. I think especially with this app, the challenges are very relatable. I think we've all been there, especially from the side of the worker, that it can be so many different systems that you're looking for jobs, and yeah, very difficult situation to be in. Yeah, I was thinking about the research which you conducted, which seems to be very extensive and well done. And so you focused on both the employers and the workers. Was there a primary group of users between those two? And were there ever contradictions between the two groups that you were testing? And if so, how did you solve them?
Okay, so I think I can answer this. Yeah, we focus both on employers and workers because our main goal was to create the perfect match in the middle. That's the job of the platform. So of course, all the research phase, interviews, user tests were done gathering both workers and employers. And yes, for sure, we found contradictory findings. Workers wanted fewer steps and more clarity, while employers on the other side wanted potentially more steps because they wanted more information about the profile and the profiling of the people, and information about past experiences. Also, even micro information about the skills. And of course, if we want to ask all those type of information during a sign up or an onboarding phase, we will lose the user. So that wasn't easy during the translation of research insight into product features, but we did good. We did good by different onboarding experiences. We tailored the experience for each user type. We also, through AI and automatic parsing, did the best with the resume upload. So actually, the platform now, also thanks to the Restworld tech team and CTO, the application is working very nice when you upload your CV, your resume. So we try at the end to design a balanced experience for both workers and employers.
Yeah, makes sense to kind of find the middle ground there. Yeah, when you mentioned this AI CV parsing tool, that was also something that I was thinking about. If you could explain more in detail how it works, and yeah, if there were any kind of obstacles with using AI or any dangers that you saw.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
It's a big word, but you know, if there was anything that came up there.
Yeah, I think I can go ahead with this too, connecting to the first question. AI is being used in different way in Restworld. And yes, for the information parsing of the resume, this is one of the application. So basically, everything that is inside the resume, the AI is processing all those type of information and try to match with the creating the best match with the possible info inside the platform. Because you know, everyone is writing a resume in a different way, using different words to describe past roles in past companies. So AI plays a crucial role in trying to make life easier for the worker and the employers, ensuring like consistency, using the same words, using the same skills name and stuff like that, saving time for everyone. And another part, of course, was to face challenges, because challenges include ensuring transparency, so user understand how the data is being processed, to avoid like bias in what are you doing with my data? Are you selling my information to someone? This is not happening, because it's also everything of course is inside the platform. And we mitigate through a continuous human oversight and ethical data practices on this.
But did I understand correctly that part of the CVs and applications are read only by AI, and then they can be filtered out? For example, if like, what would be a condition for them to be filtered out?
By filtered out, you mean the human should take place and check if everything?
No, that no human checks. I mean the opposite. That you just that's a tool that checks, and then you get put already to no thank you without any humans checking.
Yeah, but basically the resume is needed when you create your profile during the onboarding. So the user, to spend less time filling information, can upload the resume, and the resume is used to automatically fill up through AI all the past experiences to build up your profile.
Okay. So there's no AI that's checking the CVs and going through them, saying yes or no?
No, because that's in the experience is the job of the worker to make sure that the information being put in his profile or her profile is correct.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, related to the workers, yeah, I can imagine that many in this industry are foreigners. Perhaps there could be added friction in terms of language skills and cultural backgrounds. So how did you address this to be like a very inclusive platform? Is this also something that the AI helped with?
Yes, AI helped a lot with the translation, especially in the last, I would say, 8 to 10 months, when AI actually was drastically used everywhere, and also for the translation and inclusive part of the onboarding. And yes, one of the key features and one of the key findings during the research was that a lot of workers do not understand maybe Italian. So translation in English or all the main languages was an important part during the onboarding phase. Absolutely.
And when you say onboarding phase, just to clarify, do you mean how you get onboarded into using the app in the first place, right?
Yes, exactly. It's the phase where the worker is uploading and all the information about past experiences, skill set, everything that he studied and learned.
Yeah, because I was wondering where your user journey ends in terms of, you mentioned contracts, for example. So would it be all the way to signing a contract through Restworld, and then that's where it ends? Or yeah, from I understand where it starts, but until when does it end?
Denis, I'm going on with this anyway. Whenever you want to add anything, feel free to block me. And yeah, basically, Restworld help you in all the journey. You discover the job opportunity from the map, from the list. You click apply and you start an onboarding phase in the app if you do not have a profile yet. So sign up or login phase. If you sign up, you do all the onboarding phase with AI, resume upload and stuff. And then you do the application. You have a dashboard where you can see all the progress of your application. So you see if it's under review, you've been contacted. You also see inside the platform if you have an interview, when and with who. Then you do the interview. Inside the platform, you receive a feedback if the interview went well, if unfortunately you've been maybe something was wrong and you're not being picked for the job, or even if you were picked and you need to schedule another interview or start a trial with the company. And also if you've been hired, you can monitor the process inside the Restworld. So it's basically helping the user in all along the journey from start to finish. And when I was talking about contract, to connect with your question, Joanna, basically every country, of course, in Italy, we have many different contracts. Everything is written in different type of words. And always something that is never clear is how many hours you should work and your salary. If you have you can go on vacation during that period, if it's a full-time, part-time. And we try to design a job listing page with all those simplified information. So for every job, you have salary range, the time you work, the shifts, and everything.
I understand. So it's not actually that any contracts go through the platform. It's rather that you've kind of taken out what's important from contract and made it really visible in the platform.
Yes, exactly. Right. Instead of having the workers read plenty of pages last minute before signing and starting the job.
Great. Yeah, we had a question about AI, and I think it's also interesting to go even a bit deeper since it's such a hot topic right now. So which AI tools did you use, and did you develop parts of it yourself? Like, if you could share a bit more about that process, like what abilities did you guys need as designers? Did you have to take in someone else to help you with that part, for example? How did you manage on that?
For the AI, we were supported by the Restworld developer teams. So we worked closer to understand how we can use the AI in the user flow, and they were trying to understand what they could do with the AI. So, for example, they were able to, of course, pick the information from the CVs. And this kind of stuff. Regarding the technology, I'm not sure about what they used. Sincerely, I don't know, if Daniele, if you have any information about it.
Yes, from what we know, the technology team inside Restworld used many different type of algorithm and systems and AI services, from the text generation to image recognition to CV parsing. A lot of stuff is happening in the back end of the system. What we focused more about was where are the key points where, in our point of view as UXers, what are the key points where AI can make the life easier for both workers and employers. and try to work with the team at Restworld to design AI features based on those findings.
So then once you would have what you want the AI to do, you would then get in touch with their team and they would help you to actually develop and implement that part into the app.
Yes, or at least to build a backlog of possibility. What might we do in the future with the AI, and try to build a roadmap.
And in the beginning, you mentioned that it's a redesign. So could you clarify a little bit what was actually there when you started the platform? Or was it that, because I also got the impression that you started from scratch?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, because when we met Restworld the first time was almost 4 years ago, and I think only 10% was existing compared to what's online now. When we started working with them, the first step was to help them work on internal software and kind of like an internal CRM to help them create the first MVP to help their team manually matching employers and workers. That was like an MVP, and we helped them with that. And then we worked through the worker platform, what we discussed today. We're working on the employer platform, so all the experience from the employer side. We also reworked on the CRM with them. So few things were already existing. Maybe the base and the logic from the MVP remain the same because the core value is the same of those kind of marketplace. But then a lot came up during the years. All those platforms, those platforms, employers, workers, and stuff. And we're also working towards new release and new products. So a lot of it's coming on, it's happening.
I think that's why you mentioned the whole ecosystem in the beginning, right? Because it was in so many aspects and you had to kind of rethink the whole structure and how the different parts fit together.
Yes, and also
and you've been working with them for a very long time.
Yes, and also I forgot the website that went live like 3 weeks ago. So a new website was live, also designed by us. So everything should be connected. And yes, I guess one of the main challenges, and I also recommend everyone listening about this, try to focus on, always think about the ecosystem, how platforms are connecting together, focus on consistency through platform, because when you are starting, maybe you do not think about this, but when you have 5 different platforms in your ecosystem, without consistency, it's going to be a nightmare. So think about consistency and systems from scratch, and it's going to be really nice when you scale.
Was that challenging to get Restworld on board with that, or did they understand?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was very easy since they're very young. They are a startup. They born in tech. So yeah, not challenges. Fortunately, not challenges on this.
Okay, good to hear. We have some questions from the audience, and reminder to bring in your questions via LinkedIn. You're very welcome to. This feels a bit like a sales pitch, but how would you say that this application is an improvement from others that are out there already on the market? Because as we mentioned, there are already so many. And I think you already touched on this through your presentation, but is there something that you, as yourselves, as individuals, would highlight? Like, this is the one thing or the 2 things that make this one stand out?
Denis, you want to go?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please? Because I forgot the last part. The last part
I added, but it's about what makes your application different from other ones on the market.
Okay. Yes, the application is different because from because we really studied the users. We really had a lot of hours of research with them, with employers, workers. We tested again the platform when we launched, so we are sure what we built with the Restworld team is fit perfectly with the user needs. So I think this is the main thing, the main important thing of this platform, because the others, yes, they are okay with the UX, but they maybe don't look really at the user needs, but more on the business needs.
Yes, and I would also add that Restworld is very industry specific. So beside others, we really focused on industry needs from both sides, workers and employers. So it's very tailored to scale in the hospitality sector in Italy, but they're also testing other countries and feedbacks are very good. So we know that they're trying to expand this and it can work because the industry specific needs are the same. And this is probably the key difference.
Yeah. And our jury from the UX Design Awards also noted the local approach as a USP. As in, you have this geo-specific map where you can also really see things in your area. How did you get to do this solution or this aspect?
Yeah, with the research revealed that both employers and workers value the proximity and immediacy in hiring. So we introduced this map, this geolocated job discovery, and this type of filtering. We can say that this local first approach directly answered to users' behavior and helped also distinguish Restworld from the generic national platforms, as Daniele said before.
Yes, and also, did you know that just around the corner someone is hiring? Maybe not, and that's this was one of the challenges that users faced. Like maybe just a few minutes walk by your house, there's a company that need your help, and you don't know it.
And also because there are a lot of seasonal workers, so maybe they would like to look at the position maybe near their apartment. So this is also another important thing to consider.
Yes, or if you want to change region to work like on summer, maybe you like to go by the sea and do a few months there. With the map, you can see if close to the sea, you want to spend the summer working in an amazing Italian beach, maybe you can, and with the map, you can discover opportunities.
Yes, please. I think this is a great feature. So really intuitive, actually. I have another question from Alberto Holasso, who's a UX and product designer. A very specific question for the research. If you looked into the employer motivations for not acting on an application, which again, I think is a very, very common occurrence. So yeah, did you get it?
Yeah, I think we're talking about to make sure that the company are not ghosting candidates or something like
Or
this.
why do they ghost in the first place is the question. Like it happens to so many people. If that was made clear through your research.
Okay, so the why behind this, I'm not sure we have all the information to understand the why, but we had enough information to make sure that won't happen through Restworld. So basically, the team at Restworld inside as a customer success team that ensure that all the hiring is going perfectly and smoothly. So anybody is left and is forgot by himself. You always have someone that helping you And that's why customer success people always ring the bell to make sure that employers are giving feedback. And if they are not, they will follow up with them to make sure the process is working smoothly. And so yeah, we made sure that this will never happen in Restworld, and the worker also has a dashboard to see the progress. And this is something that's really missing in all the other platform, where you apply and you wait. Here, instead, you apply and you see the process going through, even if it's going bad, but at least you see everything, and you also receive a feedback inside.
I add just one thing. I think that another key value of Restworld is that the customer success manager really try to match the perfect worker and the perfect employer with the perfect workers. So they're trying to avoid bad situation between employers and workers, and try to optimize maybe the hiring process.
So more specifically, how have you built that into the platform that people don't get ghosted, to use that word? Is it through reminders or sort of checkbox workflows? How does it work?
Yeah, from the employer side, in your employer, let's say, dashboard, you receive candidates, and you have to read through profiles and see if the match is good. You, as an employer, also have different calls with the Restworld teams, with the customer success managers, to make sure that everything you received as candidates are the best matches. And then you need to add notes, and you need to accept or decline, and you need to maybe pause or maybe start a trial with a few, or schedule more interviews. So the employers must take action in the employer dashboard. Every action in that dashboard connect directly to an output on the worker app. So basically, the worker always see the notes from the employer or from the customer success manager, see if the application is in pause. So basically, there's also always a back and forth. There's never an empty state.
And also on the employer side, they have the Kanban board with a visual pipeline that helps employers manage candidates at every step. So, for example, they have the applied candidates, the interviewed, offered, and hired. So this solve the key pain points, like, for example, ghosting people or don't give feedback to the employers, and something like that.
I mean, my guess would be that the pain point from the side of the employer is that it can be too much. So, for example, if they get 300 applications for the same job, and do they then have to, still individually through this system, they have to click somewhere no, and then I'm guessing that they get sent an automatic email, or is there something to help with that pain point, if that was indeed one that you found?
Yes, on the employer side, they won't have a lot of candidates, because Restworld has the customer success manager, and they try to filter the candidate. So maybe they receive 300 candidates, but they show to the employer just maybe 15. I don't know.
Yes, only the best matches are sent to the employers, and all the other matches get in touch with Restworld, and Restworld help them or guide them through the platform if they're not the perfect fit for the kind of application. So this is another key difference from other hiring platform. Employers won't receive resume and CV spam basically every day, but you really, as an employer, receive top candidates, and you always find the match to hire.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, we have a couple of more questions from the audience. Joshua Yarko Boateng, who's a software developer, was wondering what prototyping and UI dev tools you used.
I guess it's a very technical question, I guess, on this side. We would like to help with this, but I guess we might follow up if you're interested. We'll get your name in the chat, or maybe with the help of Joanna, we'll get back to you. We can talk and ask this question to our Restworld technology team, so we can get back with a cool reply.
Because of the secrecy.
Yes, exactly. We just need to make sure that we can share everything to help with the response.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's a little bit funny. So we have questions about AI here.
AI always play.
So you worked on a CRM, but how was the AI your co-pilot, and what could be done faster due to AI? And another question from Kimia Bezadi is about the AI and how did it change or improve the job posting process? And that from her experience, it's a very messy or difficult part. I think that she is referring to having AI help you with your application.
Okay, so starting from the last part, so how AI is helping with the job posting, I guess, was a part of the second part of the question. AI at the moment is helping employers and the team at Restworld to design the best the copy and the text of the perfect job position. So this is one of the use of AI, try to make sure that everything is said, all the requirements from the employer are satisfied in the description. So AI is helping actually to build the content of the job position. And in the CRM, AI plays a part at the moment of suggestion. So the core of CRM wasn't on building an AI CRM or AI agent. The main goal was to make the life easier for the customer success managers to handle thousands of CVs and resumes and make sure that they can match those with the perfect job position. So this is the goal of the CRM. So right now AI is helping in finding best matches or maybe duplicates, is helping the job of the humans and is not doing the job of the human.
Yeah, there's a lot of great specific questions coming in here through LinkedIn. So we perhaps won't have time to go through them all, but please, Denis and Danielle, if you have the time, you can see in the comments, and there you can also interact directly with the question askers. So I'm sure that would be super appreciated. One thing that came up, which I also wanted to ask about, is that it's obviously a very scalable platform, and you talked about testing in other countries. So what is kind of the future plan for Restworld, and what would be your part in it?
Okay, so the future plan, from what we know, we discussed with our client, for sure, from the point of view of their business, is to expand abroad. And the first test that they're doing is connecting Italian hospitality founders abroad with Italian people that want to travel and go around using Restworld. So this is one of the first tests that they're conducting. They're also updating their LinkedIn and with some news about this. So if anyone is interested, you can see the process of this expansion. And they're also doing the same approach that they're doing in the US, in other European countries. From the product point of view, mobile will play a crucial part. We, at the moment, do not have anything to share about this, but we can say that mobile will play a crucial part with apps, of course, that will really make the life easier again for both sides, workers and employers. And AI also would play an important part, like in many other companies and products, can do a lot, simplify and help human. And as long as we are able to put technology in a position where it can help and enhance what humans can do, I guess the services will be better day by day, and this will be another focus.
By the sounds of things, iStudios would likely be involved in the next steps.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, there's some smiles. Yeah, just before rounding up, I wanted to ask about winning the UX Design Awards and yeah, what that meant to you and the team and how the experience was.
I think it was a validation of the team's hard work and our human-centered approach. Winning affirmed that the great UX is not about it is not about just having nice screen, but it is also about empowering real people. We can say that the experience also sparked a new collaboration and visibility, pushing us to keep designing with empathy and impact, of course. So we are really happy with that.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing with us. It's a really great platform. And thanks as well to the audience for asking a lot of questions. We hope to keep the conversation going on LinkedIn. So just after we end the call, there will be a recording available on LinkedIn in case you missed the beginning. And we will also have a recording on YouTube and on our website, uxdesignawards.com, in the next couple of days. So on that note, stay tuned, stay in touch. And it was a pleasure talking to you both, Denis and Daniele. We look forward to hearing where it goes.
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the audience and for the attention.